What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Going for Two. The Oklahoma City Thunder, y'all. OKC is one game away from their first ever NBA championship. So much to digest, so much to talk about. With Game 5. Let's dive right into it. First thing first, we gotta talk about it, y'all. The famous saying, we know the rules. Role players always play better at home. Let me paint a picture for y'all. Game 4, OKC made three pointers as a team, and one of them was from Shai Gilgeous. They made 3 pointers as a team and won the game. Shockingly enough, they won the game. Game 5, they come out and hit 14 of them things. Cason Wallace hit 3 threes. Aaron Wiggins hit 4 threes. Lou Dort, 3 threes. Jalen Williams, 3 threes. They had like 4 guys that hit 3 threes by themselves in Game 5. It made the ultimate difference. You look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his performance. Last game, he had 0 assists. He had 35 points to 15 points in the fourth quarter, but 0 assists. And it wasn't due to lack of trying. His guys just could not throw the ball in the ocean. But tonight, when those threes started falling, the assist number picked up. He finished with 31 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. It wasn't just offense, though, for OKC. The offense, I stand by it. OKC, their defense is what got them here. But when their offense is clicking, they're almost unbeatable. And that's how it looked for majority of the game today. Jalen Williams, 40 points. 40 points in a Game 5. I just told y'all Shai had 31 points. If you're watching the game, you did not realize he had 30 because Jdub had 40. Jdub dominated the game. And I'm going to say it. I've been saying it all playoff run. I'm going to say it again. I was like, my question mark with this team offensively was, is Jdub a good enough number 2 option in creating his own shots when Shai Gilgeous is either out of the game or when they're double teaming him and making him get off the ball? In games 1 and 2, he struggled. But games 3, 4, and 5, he's been electric. All NBA. He's playing like an All NBA. He's gonna get a bag this summer. Jdub, 40 points in the Game 5. One of the best performances I've seen recently. I would say over the past couple of years in the finals, one of the best performances we've seen. Jdub, and it goes to Jalen Williams. Crazy enough. Defensively, this team dialed in defensively off the rip. Last video, I talked about how, it looked like Indiana figured out how to score against them. Nah. OKC said, nah, calm down, Q1, calm down. They ain't figured us out just yet. They had 2 good games at their house. Wait till they come back to Chesapeake Arena in front of all crazy loud Thunder fans. And to me, what it looks like is, it looked like the Pacers had to speed up. The Pacers had to play faster than they want to play, and the Pacers already play at 100 miles per hour. But OKC made them play at 115. And that led to a number of turnovers. And that's really been the issue for them this whole series. The whole series, this is a team that does not turn the ball over that much. But OKC's forced a bunch of turnovers. Even in this game, when they run the third quarter, we're going to talk about that too. But the fourth quarter, it got really close. But what changed it when they started just turning the ball over? Just turn the ball over and the lead just extended. That's how OKC, to me, wins games. That's how they win games. They win games when they go on them 7-0, 8-0 runs when they force turnovers. In the fourth quarter, there was 4 straight possessions where Indiana turned the ball over. And that's not going to get the job done. It's not going to get the job done against the Oklahoma City Thunder team, man. Tyrese Halliburton, he's dealing with his leg injury. You know what I'm saying? I got to give credit. I have to acknowledge that he was dealing with a leg injury. He got hurt at the end of the first quarter. But 0 for 6 in a pivotal Game 5. It's tough. It's tough to me. I'm not gonna hold this game. I'm not gonna go off on him as much as I would if he was not hurt. But 0 for 6 in a pivotal game like this is not acceptable, man. The way I think about it is, if you hurt, be hurt and sit down. You know what I'm saying? But if you're out there, you have to be judged accordingly. And Tyrese Halliburton, 0 for 6 in a pivotal Game 5. The winner of this game likely is going to win the series. That's how Game 5s usually go. And you don't make a field goal Just very, very tough. Very, very tough. Pascal Siakam, he played great today. I think he had almost 30 points. But I think they did a really good job of keeping him involved. Last game, he had 20 points going into the fourth quarter. Only ended up getting one shot attempt in the fourth quarter. And that was not acceptable in game 4. They fixed that game 5. He was aggressive, really, really aggressive off the rip. And was aggressive all the way through. TJ McConnell made this a game, y'all. Because going into half, OKC was up by 14, and it looked like they were going to run away with the game. But T.J. McConnell said, "No, sir, I'm not going out like that." He came in doing his 10-foot fadeaway from the baseline, from right in front of the basket. He hit a couple threes. He said they gotta guard me, and his energy, the Energizer Bunny, I like to call him Energizer Bunny. He comes in, and he just changes the energy for that Pacers team, bro. And to be honest, I would have liked for him to close the game out. Because what I'm thinking, I understand, Tyrese, is your best player. He's the guy that makes the offense flow. He's going to be the passer and the scorer, you know what I'm saying? But Tyrese is not looking good today. And you got back in the game with TJ McConnell. And I understand you don't necessarily want to run TJ and Tyrese because then, you're either going to have either Nembhard, who has to play because he has to guard Shai Gilgeous, or you got to leave Nesmith off the court as well. But I really would have wanted to see TJ McConnell play a lot more in the fourth quarter just because of how hot he was and how he had that team looking. You know what I'm saying? If you lose a game, with TJ on the court, it's the same result as it is now. You're down 3-2. But I say just let him see what happens. It's the finals, bro. It's the finals. See what happens. I would love to see TJ finish the game. Defensively, I talked about the turnovers that OKC forced, but it was just dogged pressure off the rip. All game long, dogged pressure, bro. Like, there were a couple possessions when Indiana, they were just stuck at half court. They were running around trying to get into the DHO actions. Lou Dort does a great job. He's been doing a great job all series, but tonight he did a great job of just getting past screens. He has a crazy ability to just go over screens. It's like he's not even there. You know what I'm saying? If he gets knocked to the ground, it's because you set an illegal screen. You know what I'm saying? And with that, just the pressure they were putting on the ball handlers of Indiana, it made possessions look really, really bad. Really, really, really bad, man. And I'm not going to jump the gun here. But I really do think Game 4, I think the losing Game 4 lost the Indiana series. I really do think that because you have home court, you have the ability to go up 3-1. I know OKC's great. They've been the best team all year. But watching them over the course of the first 4 games, there's no way I would believe that they would have won 3 straight games to come back down 3-1. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? And I think blowing that, they were up double digits in the fourth quarter. Losing that game in Game 4 at home is just a squandered opportunity, man. And tonight, they felt it because you got to imagine, bro, at home, OKC, they're really, really good offensively. Yes, you can go Indiana and force a Game 7, but coming back to Indiana, coming back to Chesapeake Arena for Game 7 is a very, very tough thing to do. Very, very tough thing to do, man. Almost every elimination game we've seen in Indiana and Oklahoma this playoffs has been a rout. Game 7 against Denver, they blew them off the court. Game 5 against Minnesota, they blew them off the court. And you would imagine, I can only imagine what a Game 7 in Oklahoma City would look like. But the series is not over. Man. I hope it goes 7 games just for the love of the game. This final series has definitely jumped into like one of my favorite ones that I've watched. I'm gonna do a video on my top 5 favorite NBA Finals series after this series is over. I'm gonna do a video on my top 5 favorite final series that I've ever watched. And there's a good chance that Oklahoma City and Indiana are gonna be somewhere in that top 5. Maybe B5, depending on how the series ends. But this has just been a very great series to watch. And I'm looking forward to Game 6. Hopefully Halliburton can finally have one of them crazy games. And we know Game 3 was crazy for him, but he has not had one of them just games where he just dominated from jump like he did in Game 4 against the Knicks at home. So we're gonna see Game 6. We're gonna see what happens. going for two. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share with y'all folks. Put in the comment section y'all reactions to Game 5. Do y'all think it's going to be Pacers in 7, OKC in 7, OKC in 6? Let me know what the business is. Until next time, we out of here. Yeah.